Yo.
Crash and flow.
Maybe just like to operate during samurai times. Just, because they have a black samurai now. And it's not just because it's like we're trying to have diversity. Mm-hmm. No, there was an actual black samurai. I think they made an anime about it, or they made either they're going to make a movie about this, the black samurai, or they were going to make an anime. I forget what.
So there was a
dude. A legit, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. But I think he was like I don't know the backstory, but I'm assuming.
I like how you're like, you know what I want to believe though.
But I'm pretty sure it's a true story. I think I read like a little synopsis about the dude.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I want to watch that movie.
So I wouldn't mind being like a Mauritian Indian samurai. Just like basically Tom Cruise, right? Basically Tom Cruise from The Last Samurai. And everyone poo-poos that movie. They're like, it's a white savior, and he saves the day and things like that. Do y'all watch the movie? He's a guy who's at the end of his rope. He wants to like die. He doesn't have like any like he's lost in life, and he finds it through the code of a samurai. He learns how to like live well.
Yeah,
like it's like
and save Japan.
Well, that part, yes.
Almost single-handedly. You know what the Japanese needed? One American. The right one. Tom Cruise.
I mean, like that's the part, but like the overall thing.
I'm with you, dude.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
I'm with you.
Not everything is.
I'd be Tom Cruise in any cultural movie he wants to take over.
Yeah, that's true.
Tom Cruise could be a pharaoh. I'm like, dude, I would like to be that dude.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise did it right.
Would you be a pharaoh though?
No, those people. That whole system seemed all out of whack.
A crazy amount.
Yeah.
I mean, the only good thing. No, I can't say that.
Whoa. What are you going to say?
All right. One positive that comes from Egypt
is
the domestication of cats. Thank you, Egyptian people.
They have some good bread.
Do they?
We have to have some Egyptians on this podcast is what I realized. We know Egyptians.
Yeah, we do. But...
I was just talking about the ancient Egypt stuff. I wasn't.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right,
ancient.
Good.
That's where the domestication of cats started, I believe, was during ancient Egypt.
I was watching. I've only seen a bunch of documentaries, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of this guy's leg fall off, and he was still around. Like it shows that you're able to patch yourself up and live without a leg for a while. And it just seemed like their medical stuff was like they had surgery. And that's why this metal tube is in this guy's, like right. It's not worse.
Yeah,
so it was just like this middle era of them figuring out stuff that could make you live longer.
Yeah.
But like everybody had ground tooth because you have to have sand in your bread. So it was like a very common occurrence that all of these folk had like they have wooden teeth that were also like mushed to the...
Okay, wait, hold on a second. Why do you need to have sand in your bread?
So the way they would make the flour, the way you would grind it, it was like a sand base, not just sand, but it was a rock based ground system.
Okay.
And they would just get sand in the system.
Okay.
And that's the only way they had it. And
man,
you would lose your teeth.
All right, so this is the thing that doesn't add up, right? Scientists still can't figure out how they made the pyramids.
Oh man, aliens.
Right? So they still can't do that. But at the same time, these idiots, sorry. These people put rocks in their bread?
They couldn't get it out, bro. It was hard. You know what? I leave you alone for 40 years. You're eating rocks.
40 years? I don't make it 40 years, dude.
You're like Amazon.
Good Lord. I watched Castaway.
You know what? That's something nobody explains is the fact that you get these rocks in place. How come all of these other problems aren't so?
Just
how can you be so singular in your achievements?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nothing else.
That's it. We still can't figure it out. Like scientists still can't figure it out. And on top of that, the pyramids aren't just that, but they were covered in limestone that eventually got eroded or stolen or whatever over time, right? And they had to pre-cut rocks like hundreds of kilometers away, and they would have to fit to the tolerance of millimeters.
Yeah. Big rocks.
Okay?
Big rocks,
Big boys.
Yeah, from a quarry.
Yeah.
I had to look that up.
Far away.
Yeah, you have to get it out of a quarry.
Yeah.
Mofos.
Yeah, they cut it out of a cliff. They had to cut this rock out of a cliff and then bring it all the way over
Right.
for which is essentially a
everybody to-
tombstone.
Yeah. And everybody dies of a plague every now and then. They couldn't. Well,
Right.
You know what?
And they couldn't figure out a way. Hey, maybe if we put this in water,
Mm-hmm.
it would kind of like put different levels. So the top level is the thing that you want, and the bottom level is something.
Yeah.
A sieve.
I know. That's all. That's their contribution is that and cats.
Yeah, that's it.
We gotta learn. You know what?
We got to learn more.
When we gotta do Crash and Flow Egypt and not get kidnapped.
Okay.
Apparently, they will kidnap you.
Will they?
It's very big on It's very corrupt.
Yeah, but we're not white.
Oh no! You know what? I've heard from a lot of my friends, Neil, a bunch of people.
Yeah.
A taxi driver will take you for a ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, quietly, until like, oh,
Interesting.
where are we?
So, yeah, that seems like a.
We
it's a
put it on
dangerous
the list,
thing.
man. We gotta go to Egypt.
I don't want to go to Egypt.
We take an Egyptian, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so
Let's see if Selma's free.
Selma, I need somebody Egyptian. You know,
Selma's Egyptian.
yeah, I need somebody in Egypt that
Oh.
somebody that knows.
Right.
Selma's not getting me out of a jam in Egypt, bro.
Let me tell you these jokes.
Yeah, Selma's just gonna yell at them, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna kill
Oh
y'all."
my God.
Yeah. Someone's getting into
Selma,
trouble.
we love you.
Someone's gonna get us into trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, Selma might get us into a fight.
She might say something.
Yeah, that's true.
Your mother didn't raise you right. Astaghfirullah, you brother.
Seek therapy.
See therapy. This is very aggressive. Aggressive.
Oh well. All right, cool. If you want to go to, we can put it in there. But really, what we need to do is go back to what we normally do. And that is going to New York. If I guess right now, what are we doing? We're just waiting for all the unvaccinated people to die.
I think so.
I think that's what we're doing.
it's happening very slowly.
Yeah, I wish it would pick up.
Just whoever. At this point, I don't even care. Even if it was Thanos, I was like, at least Thanos did it immediately. He didn't put everybody into a friggin' 3-year quarantine.
I can't do
And
lockdown
then-
number 4.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it'd be more. I don't know, man. I'm not hoping people die, but geez,
But it seems that's what we're waiting for.
it's getting better though.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, things are opening up a bit.
I don't know. I think that my reception is going to be the last thing that our group were going to be able to do as a big event, and then that's it.
I thought we were meeting on Saturday.
I mean, that's a smaller event.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I'm talking like plus 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we go back down, my friend. I think we go back down.
No,
Yeah, I
we're
think
so vaccinated.
Yeah,
We're like 70-80% vaccinated.
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't have a good feeling about this.
What are we doing?
Okay, I have. Oh, okay, so
Why do you have? How do you know? What do you know? Who did you talk to?
So I have friends. Yes.
What?
They
Omar
were
Al-Gabra?
they were at the reception. No.
Okay.
No, Omar Al-Gabra. Nurses that work at hospitals,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they were saying, "Get ready, it's coming.
Oh man.
It is coming." Also, they said, and here's a stat. I don't know what exact hospital in Mississauga, but 100% of COVID patients in the ICU, non-vaccinated, not even partial.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it makes sense. One of my anyways. I know people who are not vaccinated who got COVID,
Right.
and one of them is in the ICU.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
That sucks.
Yeah, and everybody blames him.
I mean, it's the same thing as skydiving that we talked about,
I know.
right? You jump
Yeah.
out of a plane with a parachute,
That's
it doesn't
the thing,
deploy,
though.
you
Yeah.
die.
And like I know this guy, and I know like people make all sorts of decisions, man. Also, this is the type of thing I could see you doing possibly, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't. I don't think you saw anything wrong with the vaccine from the start.
No.
But yeah, some people are like,
Yeah, but I know my track record with peak oil really.
yeah. They really tainted your legacy. Like, oh, they just found more? There was more than they thought? Oh, okay, there's more oil.
Hey, man, that documentary was very convincing.
They all are, dude. Aren't
Yeah.
they all?
Oh, they really are.
Man, I will do anything from a documentary.
It was the same guy. The guy who did that documentary for peak oil was the same guy that exposed the CIA Iran Contra scandal that the CIA was selling or shipping in heroin, cocaine or heroin or whatever
Opium.
into the United States,
Right.
which then caused the crack epidemic. He's the one
Yeah.
who uncovered that with actual proof. Now, just because he did that doesn't mean that he would be right about anything else.
Yeah.
It would seem that peak oil is slightly outside of his purview of expertise.
I-
But I totally believed it, and I was like,
I think fortunately for you, at least those things are somewhat like connected.
Yeah.
I wish it was the guy who did like, that 30-day McDonald's diet. Yeah, like this guy made this excellent documentary. But no, you weren't right about that one. That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's
fine.
okay.
But really, what's the harm, right? Let's say we did the things that I said. Okay, so for those people who don't know, okay, there is a documentary that's called Collapse. And Collapse is about peak oil. And the concept of peak oil is that the world, we have already found all of the reserves of oil on Earth. And as a result, now we are currently on, or back when that was at, what was it, like 2008 or 9 or something like that? We're on the decline. And we will run out of oil so quickly that there will be a complete and utter collapse of Earth. I mean, like all of the stuff that's connected to oil, which is like electricity and everything else, and bringing
Plastics.
food, the whole 9 yards, right?
Car stuff.
And so as a result of that, I watched that documentary, completely sold on it, and I said, now we need to, and there was plenty of things that we needed to do. One was to buy a crossbow.
Let's stop. So this is what it started. He did that, and he started calling people aggressively. All right. I don't know if he made his list of things to buy before or after, but there was a time where he's like, I gotta tell people to get ready
Yeah.
for everything to go wrong. And that's the call I got. Or just like, say it, sit down.
Yeah.
Put me on speaker. I'm like, I'm alone. Put me on speaker.
Everyone needs to hear this. So yeah, essentially got to a place where I figured that we need to prep a little bit, have enough rations that will sustain us for at least 6 months. Crossbow, because that would be easier to purchase than getting a gun license, and the currency that we would have to trade in post collapse would start off with gold and silver, but eventually it'll be a barter system, and then eventually it'll just be guns and bullets.
And tomatoes and seeds, maybe.
Yeah.
Depends how dire things get.
Yeah.
You'll be selling rope by the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing about what I learned from Waterworld is like, if it's really bad, you're buying sand. That's how bad things are.
I never watched Waterworld just by virtue of the fact that everyone said it was a shitty movie.
Oh, no, you have to watch Waterworld. It's just like necessary viewing. It's good.
Okay, I'll watch it.
For what it is. Yeah. You'll be like, you know what? Interesting.
Okay, fair enough.
You've seen enough to be.
Yeah.
I used to work at a perfume store.
Yes.
So every now and then you would smell a piece of shit, but it'd be like just like so unique. You're like, you know what? This has a place. This has a place.
I can see what they were going for.
Yeah, no. Certain spices are that way.
Okay.
You're like, you know what? This would add something somewhere. Yes, I don't mind having this inside of me.
Right.
I don't know what else to apply it to.
I don't know what to apply. But you're bringing up spice, so I might as well just pivot off of that to another thing.
Is it spice related?
Yes, it is indeed
Okay.
spice related. Indeed, it is spice related. So my in-laws, my wife is Indian.
Yep.
Right? And
Spicy, great.
and I don't think I I don't know that much about, like, I know the basics of Indian culture, right? But there's no like specifics. I don't come in strong with like some amazing knowledge, right? And I don't even speak Urdu, right? But they were barbecuing some corn. And they thought that I was just going to have the corn, put some butter on it, and eat it.
Yeah.
And I said, does anyone have lime and chaat masala? Right?
Yeah.
Because
And they were like, Jai-ho! Right? It just all popped up, spilled their chai all over the place, just threw some red powder in your face and ran away, no?
I mean, it felt like that to me. I was very proud. People like eyebrows went up. There was nods of approval, and then now no one they don't prepare the corn anymore. Right? They'll barbecue it for me, of course. But then they'll just present me with all of my equipment that's required. A couple limes, a box of chaat masala, and a plate. And then I got to prep the corn for everyone. It's very nice. But that's my contribution. That's my like more Indian-esque contribution to my in-laws.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
You'll work your way up from this. But I like it.
Start small.
No, you're contributing the group.
Yes.
Let me do this.
Yeah.
Like let me
I got this.
before they'd be like, Yasin, you know how I like it.
Yeah.
With lemon and the powder.
I mean, there's a skill to this,
Oh,
right?
of course,
you got to squeeze.
Yeah.
Like the amount of squeeze per stroke, right? You gotta be able to.
Dude.
Yeah.
You got married now. I know you know about this, all right? You don't have to prove it to me. Mashallah.
Yeah. There you go. So that's my contribution. Oh boy.
Good, man.
Yeah.
I'm just I just like how big alhamdulillah your family is now.
Oh yeah, it's big, eh?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's a kid in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I saw him.
Yeah,
Everybody was giving the speech and he was like, I'm gonna give the speech too. And he was talking. He's just talking.
Oh, I didn't notice him.
He was good. He was just talking to himself pretty loud.
On this speech. Well, that's good. He was walking around giving a lot of people props.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
Everybody was. It's just also the perfect amount of kids.
Yeah, two.
Yeah, I think they were literally two.
Which is essentially my wife's niece and nephew. Well, I guess my also niece and nephew.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Get used to that. Get
Right.
used to saying it that way.
Right? Still trying to remember to say we hours.
Yeah.
Hour. You know?
That shouldn't be that hard. What have you been doing? You're just saying my house, my food, my oven. Baby, you mind getting that out of my oven? When have you been doing it? You've been doing it just with her and you? You've been doing that?
No.
Yeah, you have. You've done it with some stuff. Look at you. You're doing some dumb stuff.
Hey man, that's the rite of passage, I think.
Hey man.
You gotta fumble around a little bit.
Well, yeah, but also like when you have siblings, everything is always we.
Yeah.
Your effing clothes aren't yours. Like the clothes on the back of your
Yeah.
could be anybody's if they pee on theirs.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. That happened to me a lot.
Right. When did you? So okay, what do you call your mom and dad?
I call my dad Papa.
Yeah.
And I call my mom Mama.
Okay. Cool. Is that that's a Pakistani thing specific?
No, my cousins call their mom Ammi. That's a Pakistani thing. And they normally call their dad Abu, yeah, Abba. That's a very common. Or Ammi, yeah. Oh, you know most stuff? Umi says?
Yeah, my Umi said. Okay, so then what do you call your in-laws?
I call them auntie and uncle.
Still.
I still call them auntie and uncle.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because at one point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I noticed that people were calling their in-laws like mom and dad.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, babe, let's just call her mom and dad.
Yeah.
She was like, no. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, fine. No. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. She was like, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, you know what? Fine.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it just from my side.
Yeah, for sure. That's it.
I wouldn't have any friction to calling anybody.
No, I understand
It's just
that.
noises.
Yes, of course. At this point, I mean, I have okay. So, I mean, that's interesting, right? Because like, I find it weird to. I find two things weird. First, I find it weird calling my in-laws auntie and uncle when I'm married to their daughter.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm really trying to separate myself from them. On one hand, right? On the other hand, I don't want to call anyone except my parents the way that I call my parents. So ma and pa needs to remain ma and pa.
Right.
I can't. Yeah, I got to go with another thing. But it solved the problem because she calls her parents Ami and Abu.
I was hoping that she already calls her mom and dad auntie and uncle. So, like, what is
Problem
wrong with-
solved.
Yeah, she has this problem. Cake by a goat. So she calls them what?
Ami and
Ami and Abu.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that works out beautifully for you.
yeah. So now it's clear and distinct.
Yep. Dude, that's a great situation.
Yeah, it's an easy one for me. But I was stressed.
I
never brought it
also
up.
presented that idea to my wife.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you call them something different?
Right.
She's like, no, I already have mom and dad. You know, I was like, I do too, I guess. And I don't know. It wasn't a big deal. So
Fair enough.
that would be funny though. It's like, you need to call my mom.
Yeah. Right?
Come on. Welcome here. Call my mom. I don't even know how you like, you know.
Yeah. How do you even make a
woman
sound
say that.
argument? Yeah. It's tough.
Call her mom. She likes it. Come on.
So we decided to refer to them for the first time during the speaches. That was the thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did that hit? Do you know?
I think it hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it hit.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's the first time they heard me say it. Because I was a couple of times I was like, "You,
Yeah.
hey, you," right? Or like you're trying to get her.
You're like
trying to
marrying
get her,
them.
Yeah,
You're like I love you.
trying to get her mom's attention. I would just do a prolonged and just hope she looks at me.
Hey, man.
You know, it was tough to communicate when I didn't have a name
It's true.
to use, right?
I'm glad I stuck with auntie and uncle. Like Ami and Abu is kind of heavy. Probably gets easier over time.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad that I've kept that one from my
Separate.
parents. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like it
that
separate.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also like they don't want to be called those. Those noises don't even mean anything to them.
Right. This is true. Also, I think like my mom might want to fight someone.
It's true. Highlander. Yeah.
There can only be one.
They could only be one.
They can only be one. Yeah, I was very happy that I got an applause break after each, I referred to each person during the thing.
Yep.
That was very nice.
It was.
I don't know if you were facilitating
Oh
it.
yeah, I was about to say. I was like, I'm glad. I wasn't going to bring it up, but as soon as you even kind of let me, I interrupted you to let you know. What are you talking about? I would make eye contact with a couple of people on different tables,
and just bully them.
I'd be like,
We are clapping. now.
yeah, and people enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Actually,
thank you.
everybody around me,
Yeah.
we tossed it around.
Yeah. Well, it made me feel great, so I appreciate that. Also, it would be, I cannot miss this. I must say it, and I know that. Hold on, another time. Don't need. Yeah, I got to say once again, but for the people to listen that are listening, fantastic speech, brother.
Don't want to mention it.
Yeah, I know. Don't mention it. But I appreciate it, and it was freaking amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
man. Thanks.
Yeah, super dope. Also, everyone just keeps on like, of course, what ends up happening afterwards in every event, right? They're barely talking about me now. They're like her dad is like, but that's Syed.
People came to me. He came to me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, the brother.
Yeah.
He was like, we should have you guys over. I'm like, your guys are so far. Yeah. That's like literally what I said to him. I'm like, I'm not going to the end of Whitby. Dude, I am only seeing you for Yasin's weddings. So unless he has another one, you come to Mississauga. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, it was, I will say, such a happy event.
Hey, thanks, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe not. Maybe you had more work. Yeah, there was a lot more moving on your side, but
True,
it was
but the event itself was happy.
It was such a happy event.
Let me tell this to people. Some unsolicited advice for you people who haven't gotten married yet. I know it's difficult when you're working out a guest list, but right now we're in a unique position that it's COVID, right? So you can be a little bit more selective of the people that you invite. And I will tell you this: your entire life, you have responsibilities to family. Actually, just that. You have responsibility for family, even extended family. There is a responsibility that you need to be present, despite the fact that it might be like some old, like crazy beef that happened that you had nothing to do with, but you need to absorb and be the bigger person and do whatever, right? That's on you, and that's going to be your whole life. But on your wedding day, if you can get away with it, invite only the people that make you happy. Only the people that make you happy. And I know it's very difficult. It's a tall order. And for most people, it might even be impossible because your parents pressure you to invite the people because they invited whatever. But if you can get away with it, if you can fight for it, if you can explain to your parents, do it. Because for me, that made all the difference. That was absolutely the big thing for me, where I felt like I was completely relaxed at my own event. And that's all you get. You only get a couple of those types of things where you get to choose, right? Because you're not even you can't choose anything else. So just do that. It'll make you feel happier. And I can attest to that because I literally invited only the people that if I look at them in their face, I'm like, I'm glad you're here. And there's not a single person I looked on my side and I'm like, whatever. So if you want to feel full and feel happy during that time, if you can, do it. If you have to, because your parents want to invite, the dentist, it is what it is. You got to pick your battles. But I will be the guy who will tell you that it's definitely worth it if you can make it happen. Yeah,
absolutely, man. I can also see your dad saying like, "This has been my dentist for 12 years." See, he showed his teeth or something. I got to see Rummy. I got to see like all of your. It was like that Avengers movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, these are all of Yasin's. Like, Akif is here.
Yeah.
His wife was also super duper nice.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, it was great.
Heather. There was only, I wanted to shout out two people that I wanted them to make it, but they couldn't. Mm-hmm. My acupuncturist, he couldn't make it because he needs to acupuncture. He's got work to do. And Patrick,
right.
Yeah.
I didn't see Patrick.
Yeah, that was he's been a big part of my life for like a few years now. So him not being there, yeah, that was a little sad. But apart from that, I think I got everyone I wanted. That was cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I know. I was surprised. She had some stuff happening. It was great.
Yeah, that's true. Finn angled some stuff.
Nausea I hadn't seen for her. Like it was just a great man. It was just the dessert.
Yeah, that coffee. Whatchamacallit? Chosen based around like literally. I thought about Farah and what she would like. Out of the 3 or 4 things that was available, I was like, that's what she's gonna like.
Yeah, she was like, oh, it's Ifagato.
Yeah,
something like that.
I forgot what it's called as well.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you in the face. You're still laughing.
I'm a little proud of that.
It's probably not what it's called.
It's bugging you so much, you got to check.
Okay, Google. What do you call an espresso with ice cream? It's called. I need more information.
Oh no!
I'll look it up.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Oh man.
It's probably not an Ifagato.
No, it's very close. That's exactly what it was. I mean, you're making the right sounds. It's just not.
Affogato. All right, that's not that fast. I'm affogato.
Affogato.
Yeah, not Iffogato. This is a Leviosa situation, dude. I'm close, but that feather's kind of moving.
Yeah, so I'm glad you like that. Glad you like that.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. But yeah, that was it. So for my friends, some of them that listen to podcasts, I really appreciate your presence, and that was freaking amazing. Very happy. And I'll just you know what, this is the end of the podcast anyway. So yeah, thank you everyone, and a point of pride. Despite the fact that for 2 weeks we've been doing wedding stuff, you've been showing up for wedding stuff as well. You went to Whitby. We did all of this back and forth. Let it be known.
Let it be known.
Let it be known that Crash and Flow didn't miss a single fucking Sunday.
Pa, 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 pa.
We still did that shit.
You duck. When we look at you, you duck. If I flit, you.
Yes.
Make me.
Respect our names. Anyway, we'll be back in a week. Take care of yourselves. Good night.
Go.